Hi, I'm Trent with Columbus Epoxy Flooring. We're standing here in a commercial kitchen. It's being renovated right now, and as part of the renovation, they are installing new flooring. A lot of the struggles that you see in commercial kitchen settings, you've got hot grease from the fryers, you're doing a hot wash down, like with steamed water. And if you use a more traditional type of an epoxy, those types of floors are going to fail very quickly in a setting like this. So we're going to be using what I consider the gold standard for commercial kitchens and food and beverage settings, which is going to be urethane cement. I want to kind of do a case study on this project and just kind of walk you through what we did to get this flooring up to code, up to standard. That's going to be great for health inspection. It's also going to be great for the employees that's working in here, and it's going to be much more functional for this commercial kitchen space. So for this project, just with logistics and size, it made the most sense. We put bush hammers on the bottom of one of our floor grinders. You want to get a really aggressive textured profile. That's going to be great for our coating to bond to when we go to apply that today. And the bush hammers did a great job of achieving that. There wasn't a lot to repair on this floor, but any cracks, minor pits, things like that, we got those filled just to make sure that we have a nice, smooth, monolithic floor for these guys when we're done. There was a drain that we had in the back where it was kind of broken out around the drain. We used like a mortar material to kind of fill up and seal around the drain, get it, the floor kind of brought up around it. And then finally, to kind of get this space ready for our coating that we're going to be applying today, which is the body, the urethane cement, we put down just a water-based primer. And the whole purpose of that primer is to cork the surface. We always like to lay a primer. It just helps the coating perform a little bit better, helps to seal off the surface because you could potentially get outgassing if you don't. So it just kind of creates a nicer surface for us when we come in here to lay that urethane cement coating. Urethane cement is a 3-component system, part A, part B, and part C, which is your aggregate. For this specific system, this is a self-leveling component, so we'll mix this with what we call a dispersion impeller or dispersion mixing blade, and that helps to really cut through the aggregate really well so that you get a nice consistent mix. You're getting about 50 square feet per kit at this. Again, we're going to be applying this at about 1/8 inch thickness. This gives it a lot of body, a lot of durability. It helps this system to function as it should. Once we have the material mixed up, we'll go ahead and pour it out in ribbons. We want to move quickly and stay organized at this phase because this material does set up relatively quickly. He'll go ahead and spread the material out with a notch trowel or a notch squeegee. The notches just kind of help it to be maintained at the proper thickness. And then we'll have somebody else go back with a loop roller to just kind of relieve surface tension, helps the material to level out a little bit better. And then once we have the material spread out, we'll go ahead and let that material firm up for about 20-25 minutes. And then we'll start to throw our silica sand into the surface, which is going to give us a little more durability. It's also going to help to just give the most important part of slip resistance to an environment like this. It's very important. So when employees are working, they have safety, they can move quicker, and they have that traction so they're not sliding and slipping around on the floor while they're working. So we'll go ahead and continue this process, just getting it raked out, getting the sand in it, and then we'll work our way out of the floor area here. We'll go ahead and let this material set up overnight. We'll return the following morning, and we'll be ready to get everything cleaned up and lay the final top coat for these guys. So we are back here for day 3. Our first priority is going to be cleaning up any excess sand that we have on the surface. We'll sweep that up first, and then we'll go back with our vacuums to really get a nice thorough clean and get everything prepped and ready. One other final detail that we like to do, especially with this being a commercial kitchen, we want to go around with our angle grinder and just detail drains, floor transitions, and any door transitions and taper those really nicely so that everything will function well for this commercial space. In the past, we've also done other urethane cement videos that further discuss the benefit. We'll leave a link to that video as well in the description. We're going to go ahead and jump into the top coat now. The top coat is also going to be a urethane cement based coating, so it will be applied the same as we would with our epoxy and polyaspartic top coats. We're going to apply with a squeegee followed up by back rolling just to even out the top coat and get everything tied together nicely and evened out. And then of course we'll go around with the edges with our chip brushes just to make sure everything's cut out nice around all the corners, edges, and drains as well. And that'll be the final process as we continue to work our way off. Once we're done, we'll just need to allow the coating to cure for, normally it's about 24 hours for full service on the urethane cement coating. And then this customer will be ready to return to service.